Welcome back to How to Create an Account Part 2. This is right after we finish the cutscene. If you are starting this video from the other video, then all you have to do is continue watching and continue playing on your account. If not, you probably want to check out the previous video where I showed you how to actually get to this point, which is during the Troll Attack minigame. So after you've exited the little cutscene, you can follow the blinking yellow arrow until you talk to this Isolde kind of guy, and he's letting you know that he wants to prepare for war. So in order to do that, you have to run into this cave entrance with the blinking yellow arrow, and just follow this blinking yellow arrow for most of the game, and you should be good. So mine some copper ore. Next, you're going to hear someone in the background screaming that they're trapped, so you're going to want to run all the way to the back of the cave, following the yellow arrow, and until you get to the cave, click on it, and your character will start to mine. Is someone there? Yes, I'm here. Who's there? Next, you're gonna super mine, which it's funny because it actually takes you forever to mine this little rock, and right here you just demolish this rock pile and free everyone from the cave. And watch this, wait for it. As soon as they exit, it collapses. What is the chance of that? It's pretty slim. Now they're out, you can talk to them. They're really in a jam, some puns. As I go through this, I'm going to pick... They always give you either an option where you sound like a nice person, or an option where you sound like a total D-bag, so I'm going to go with the less nice option for most of this. So you're going to want to mine some copper ore. Now one of the things they give you is a dwarven axe, and basically the dwarven axe allows you to mine everything, woodcut everything. It kind of gives you like a bonus, I believe, but just you have a tool belt in the game which has all these, like, if you realize you don't actually have a pickaxe on you, it just sort of appears when you start mining. That's because it's built into your tool belt. This really comes in handy when doing quests because you used to have to like take up inventory spaces, and now you don't have to because they're built into your toolbox. So once you've mined some copper and some tin, you can go outside to the furnace. This furnace just happens to be a like pit of lava. Most furnaces happen to be giant like boxes where you can smith. So now you make the bronze bar. You didn't have a mold or anything, you just happened to make it. It's one of these things in the game where there are some parts that are just so unrealistic, but either way it makes the game pretty fun. So you're gonna make yourself a bronze helm. Bronze is one of the weakest armors. It goes bronze, then iron, steel, mithril, adamant, and rune, and then dragon. And from there it just gets much more stronger armor, and so on and so forth. So next you're going to want to trade Corporal Booth right up north. Get a bronze sword from him. You can buy a charge bow. It can come in handy, but it really doesn't for that much. So you now know how to switch weapons. Run down. The next thing you're going to need to make is some gloves. So in order to do that, come over and kill a cow. This is part of like it's a crafting thing. So when you're ranging, you want to use dragonhide armor. It's the best range armor. But before that, you can use like cowhide and other hard leather to make stuff. So come over, kill the cow. And when you kill a animal in RuneScape, you get bones. Depending on what it is, you'll get a hide and maybe some meat. But for most animals or like monsters and stuff, it's just bones generally happen. And when you bury bones, you get prayer points, which also happens to be very unrealistic. But that's how the game works. So now you can tan your hide. The tanner in RuneScape, there's like 2 or 3 of them in the game. One of them is located in Alcarid, which is the desert, which is right next to where we exit. It's near Lumbridge, which is one of the main parts of the game. So tan your leather, and it turns into actual leather, and from there you can make leather gloves. Leather is used, by the way, to make the basic range equipment, probably for when starting out, it's the range armor you want. So now we have proper fighting equipment for him, which really isn't that proper, however, we'll call it for right now. And he's now decided he is an expert at fighting. So he's gonna ask you to hit him. Well, he's going to attack the air first. Now, alright, so you're going to hit him. and yeah, he didn't feel a thing with the weak armor you made him, but he's now set. So thank you for everything. You've now equipped someone with armor, and your Dwarven Army Axe now gives you bonus XP when making crafting stuff. The bonus XP would be good, however, you get to a point where it just becomes pointless, and leveling from a beginner level is fairly simple and fairly cheap anyways, which is why it's not that much necessary. Talk to Sister Judith. She's going to be below. You just have to follow the blinking yellow arrow, and she's going to let you know that some of the military men and women that have been fighting are starting to starve to death, and you need to help them out. So in order to do that, you're going to want to catch some fish, grow potatoes, hunter skill, stuff like that. So now you're going to learn about farming. Farming is one of the longest, it's not the most difficult, it's just definitely the most longest skill in the game. And actually it's short but long, because you need, like farming, when you plant something, it takes a while to grow. However, the amount of time you actually spend farming is shorter than most skills. It just takes forever because it takes a while to grow. So, start, I feel like there's a "that's what she said" joke somewhere in between there. So rake the patch, use your potatoes on the patch, and plant it. Congratulations, you've learned how to farm. If you do get membership, I would suggest farming as soon as you start with the basic stuff. Once you get a little bit of money, because farming is definitely one of the most expensive skills, because the seeds get very expensive as you go. Next, we're going to do the hunter skill. I was actually around for the beginning of the hunter skill when it came into the game. I don't have 99 quite yet, because I just never got into it. My friend, on the other hand, got really into it. The problem now is there's so many bots, and it just takes a while to hunt, but RuneScape's been working on that very heavily to limit the amount of bots in the game, so chances are when you start to farm you won't have too much of a difficulty doing it. So you're going to lay a snare. So this is used to catch birds. I think I actually catch a bird and I don't notice, and I'm wondering what happens. So you can go talk to the beast stalker. Buy a bird snare off of him. And now wants you to set it up, but you can't set it up because in order to set up 2 bird snares, you need to have level 20. So I don't set it up. Oh, there the bird landed, and at this point I was like, what do? I can't lay the bird snare. It's saying level 20, and I didn't realize that I actually caught the bird already. So once you check your trap, you'll be given some hunting XP. Now you're going to head down to the fishing area. I do have 99 fishing. This is definitely a very long skill, but it does pay off in the end. Fishing makes you quite a bit of money once you get into some pretty high level fish stuff. So you just fish some crayfish. Fishing spots are all over the game, and it's required for quite a few quests. There's a fishing guild in the game which you need a certain fishing level to acquire. Next we're going to run in here, trade the chef, and you're want to sell something from your inventory. I would suggest selling the raw bird meat, since your chances of burning that are very high at your level right now. So next, run up and talk to the woman, Sister Judith. These people really need some food. You need to give her 5 pieces of food. So use your raw beef on the fire. I ended up burning this one. Drop it. You actually happen to have 5 pieces of food on you from when you started the game. It gave you 2 pieces of raw beef that are already cooked, so you just have to give those to her, and congratulations, your Dwarven Axe has been improved once again, which doesn't help you anyway. Now you're going to run in, get recommendations from the thief. He's going to let you know that the citizens outside, you can pickpocket from them. Thieving is a very interesting skill. You just thieve and pickpocket people. So there'll be these people in blue walking around. Just go up, left, right click, and click pickpocket. Pickpocket Pompous Pete. Now we're going to run down to the bank with the blinking yellow arrow. In the game, members have a certain amount of spaces they can store stuff. Non-members also have a certain amount of spaces they store stuff. You only need to store a couple of things that won't be useful later on in the game. That pretty much wraps up how to create a RuneScape account part 2. The next part we'll be doing is the Let Them Eat Pie quest, which is the first quest we get into in this game. So in order to watch that, just click on the link at the end of the video. Thank you for watching. My name is Brian, and have a nice day.